Good morning, folks. How are you? Good, good. I'm good to hear. So, we got a beautiful day here. Good Lord, finally. What a freaking weird year it's been. But anyway, that's a whole another thing. Let's focus on the task at hand today. So, it's been a while since I did a video on this sort of guest. Let's see if I can figure that. It's going to be, we're calling it studio / guest cabin. So, like I said, I've been picking away at this a bit over kind of the last couple months. But anyway, we just have two of the frames up in place here. So I've been just building them on the deck here. And like I mentioned in a previous video, I kind of seen Barn Geek, this guy on YouTube. He's got a good channel on timber frame builds, stuff like that. This is where I got the idea to do this. Was he was building the small whatever little shed or little barn kind of thing, and he was just building them just on top of each other, right? So then it's like everything is totally identical. You're basically just tracing each piece, so when you put them up, everything is the same size and it lines up pretty much perfect. So it's a cool way to build. I like it. I mean, I got the timber frame look going on here. It's not true timber frame. I just don't have the time. I want to eventually, learn the skill of timber framing and, doing the joinery and all that stuff. But I'm just at the point where like I kind of need to get stuff done, and I don't have the time and the space really to work on that stuff. You got to have your tools set up and preferably build the pieces in a shop, right? I don't have a shop, so I build outside. I'm limited for workspace. So anyway, this is what we got. One more of these frames to build today. It's a 16-foot long deck by 10 foot 8. So I've got 5 here. I want to do 6. So pretty much about, I don't know, every mathematically, whatever it works out to, 3.5 feet or maybe under per span of each. So like one there, and then the next one's going to be, here, blah, da, 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 da. So you got that, the end of your 16 feet there. So we got 3 here. We got 2 that are already up. So I want to get 1 done, and I figured I'd do a video on it today and just show you how I'm doing them. And I use nails. I know these guys, if you can get those, I can't remember what they're called. They're the longer screws. I'm just using, I got 8-inch spikes. I've been using that. I'll run you through one frame. It's a simple build. And then you get this done up. Those, me and my wife, we rigged them up, and we had a line up in the crotch of this tree over there, and we pulled them up. And I got another video on that. It's a way to get them up. You want to use a static rope for that, whereas we made the mistake and used a 3-strand rope, which has a lot of recoil in it. So that bit us in the ass. And why I didn't factor that in, but it ended up freaking pulling our frames right ass over end into the hill there. I had to take them apart and rebuild them and get them back up. So that was a freaking bit of a step there. But anyway, I'll show you how I've been building this one frame. And like I said, they're simple. My son-in-law is going to come over probably tomorrow. That's why I want to get this last one done. And we basically just lift them up, stand them up on the end there. And then we're just going to walk each one out into place. And then I can start tying it all in. So that's the plan. Holy, what a flippin' beautiful day out, folks. Oh, glorious, glorious day to work on the guest cabin. What a freaking beautiful day. What a freaking beautiful day. Oh, girl. Yeah. All right, generator is up and rolling. So we'll get our pieces cut up and laid out, and then we'll tack them together. Folks, so I decided to just do a voiceover on this part of the video here. Like I was mentioning on there, I've got the generator running. It's noisy, and so I can't really do any commentary really or anything else during that, right? Because just the generator is so kind of overbearing. So it's part of living off grid, right? Like unless you got a substantial battery bank, solar setup kind of thing, like you can absolutely run power tools and do all that, but we don't have that setup. It's obviously on the wish list. We're gonna get to it one day. Obviously funds are the biggest part about that. You can always find the time to do what you want and get things done that you want, but ultimately it comes down to a lot of the time having the funds. Depends on the project you're working on too, right? With solar and that, you need the funds, right? It's not cheap. Obviously the components, batteries are super expensive, panels, all the different components that you need, the wire, it's a big investment. So like I said, it's on the wish list, and but in the meantime, we've been running the generator. We've been here 5 years, and it allows you to get things done. So it is what it is, right? Like so grateful for that anyway. But it would be nice to just be out here on this beautiful day without a generator blaring in your ear. And that's why we live out where we do, right? It's super peaceful. We got no neighbors. There's very little traffic that goes by. It's very quiet. It's very peaceful. Just total serenity, right? Like, and we got a lot of birds around, and so that's kind of, it takes, the generator can take away from sort of the enjoyment of working outside. Some days it kind of can get under your skin a bit, but you don't want it to, because at the same time you're thankful for what you got, and you make do with what you got, kind of thing, right? But that's not to say, I would definitely like to be able to use my power tools one day outside without having to crank up the Jenny. No offense to the Jenny, we're very grateful. And she she powers us throughout the year, right? Mostly through the winter, with the small battery bank that we have in that, and the lack of sort of a large solar array, that we need that generator to top up our batteries and that, especially winter. Our winters are so long. Okay, folks, so we've got our last frame pieces all cut up and laid out. So this is the last one here. So we're all laid out. I like doing it this way. Everything just kind of sits on there. It's like working with a cookie cutter, right? Everything just kind of pops on. You can tell if you're square. I run a square over that. Like, everything on here is pretty square. I mean, I'm working with rough cut too, right? So all these are like, it's sitting pretty flush. This last one I did here, like these, I was running out of pieces, and like some of them are a little bit bigger, right? Like these are 4x4 posts. This one is like, 4 1/4. So it's sticking up a little bit, but that's pretty much the only frame that ended up, having that. Everything else is, you can see, pretty damn flush. So anyway, so all we got to do now is, I'll show you what I do with my 8-inch spikes. I just kind of pre-drill them with a long bit, just to get a bit of the wood out, right? So try to prevent, any sort of splitting, right? If you can get a bit of the mass out. But first I go around, just do like 1 screw in each spot, give it a tack, and then I use nails. I like using nails, kind of old school that way. They're stronger. I've built with screws before and they tend to freaking break a lot of times. So I don't really trust them. I use them for tacking, just to hold something there. But other than that, I like using good old fashioned nails. So I got a 3/16 drill bit here. And these are the 8-inch galvanized spiral spikes I use here. So it eliminates some, right? Smoother sailing, and like I said, help from splitting it. So yeah, so that one's there is good. So I like to stand on the frame just to keep it from moving around when you're pounding these in, right? Because if you don't, yeah, you're kind of pushing them out of the way. Not a big deal. You just have to pull them back. But so you got that one there. So I'm going to do one on the sides here. I do one for the rafter to get in, to tie into this. So now you just got to make sure you don't do your hole obviously into there. So I'm going to shoot for just under that in the middle. Yeah, we'll be good. Going straight there. Yeah, so I'm joining that one through here. 8-inch through here, and then we finish off with a few of these 4-inch galvanized spiral spikes here. So I do a couple in through here, right? A couple angled in, kind of wherever you can, right there. Probably angle, a couple on like that, a couple in like that, and just go around the frame and do that, and that's it. So we'll tie in, spike up there, and then over on that corner, same thing as here. So So anyway, folks, you get the idea there. I think there's a million ways to do it, just like anything, right? So no one way is the perfect way or the right way, right? So whatever your means, whatever materials you have to work with, whatever, right? So yeah, frame, we're good. Like I said, just holding it together with nails. Basically, that is it. But obviously the timber frame look, right? So it's strong, it's sturdy, it's not going to go anywhere. I did this real simple. It's all 45. So the rafters are 45. All the supports on here, just 45 off, right? Real simple. Build the thing, lift it up. There you go. Folks, I don't know what happened to the last clip of my video there. Something happened to it. So that happens, right? You hit record and it doesn't record, whatever. But anyway, it's missing, so I just wanted to throw this in. If you check the vid, thanks, I appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed it. And till next time.